My name is Deeksha Kaura. I am from New York. I represent the Arya Samajs of New York. I will be giving a small talk on the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is a spiritual discourse delivered by Yogi Raj Shri Krishna to Arjuna when he was confused between dharma and choosing between his relatives. Although superficially Bhagavad Gita seems to be a path of devotion and karma, but on careful observance, we cannot ignore its connection with Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga and Karma Sannyas Yoga. Lord Krishna's teaching to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita can be summed as follows. Believe in karma. Krishna's popular teaching was the theory of karma. He said, believe in yourself and do your karma and results will follow. When we think about the outcomes and expect from our actions, we divert some part of our attention and thus lose concentration. This refrains us from putting 100% and in turn decreases the value of our outcomes. The purpose of life is God. We may run all over the place, chasing after senseless objects and be consumed in the world of desires and ego. But the sooner we realize that the only true purpose of life is God, the better chance we have to be free of suffering and torment. Do not weep for the past. Do not worry for the future. Concentrate in your present life. Lord Krishna said that this world is being governed by a supreme power, and this power is our Father the Almighty. He asked us to believe in the goodness of the Almighty and believe that whatever happens, happens for the good. He asked us to move with time and live in the present and act accordingly. There is no point crying over the past and being hopeful over the present, as in both the cases, we would lose our focus from present. True meaning of renunciation. As Krishna explained that sitting in a cave without any possession, but burning with desire is not renunciation. Renunciation is being untouched by desire. Desires come and go. Desires can come and go, but you have to remain dispassionate. Witness, simply watching and enjoying the show. This does not mean that you do not act. It just means that you will have to be a karma yogi. Do your work. Do not wait for the fruits. Monkey minds cannot meditate. Ability to concentrate is a prerequisite for meditation. Concentration is not meditation. Meditation is much more than that. But without being able to apply your mind to the act of steady witnessing and being constantly adrift and absorbed in thoughts, you will not be able to meditate. And without meditation, you will not uncover the truth. Without truth, there is no end to suffering. Don't be a hypocrite. Lord Krishna professed empathy and the actions and devotion to supreme power. He said, if you act for yourself and you think you are being good to others, you are being a hypocrite. Krishna said, lying to your soul is being a hypocrite. And this is when a man starts covering his mistakes. Man should fear God and be truthful in his duties, and all the more truthful to himself. Be a believer. He asked people to believe in themselves, to believe in their talents, to believe in the power of analysis, and finally to believe in the supreme power. He professed that one should be a believer, as belief brings us confidence. It brings us motivation and also encourages us to take risks. Path of life, lifelong happiness. Lord Krishna describes karma, actions, jnana, knowledge, and bhakti, devotion, as a threefold way to attain God and please Him. This is a sure way to achieve happiness and moksha. Being knowledgeable will help perform the right karma and not worry about the fruit of the action. Devotion to God helps introspect and remove from the worldly desires. These three paths lead us away from illusion or maya. This is a summary of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. But here are a few examples how we can implement these in our practical life. Think with a calm mind. The first step to gaining clarity on any situation is developing a clear, calm, and collected mind. This takes a lot of effort. One way is meditation. Another is distancing yourself from the situation, not physically, but mentally, where you can look at it as an outsider and have a bird's eye view of it. Give up on results, often referred to as nishkam karma, doing actions without expecting reward. Most of our decisions get affected because we wonder about the outcomes and consequences. But when you realize that you have little control over the outcome, and when you don't focus on your gains, your efforts will be filled with a more meaningful way. What's more, you will also look at every gain as a bonus and appreciate the awards you more. Treat everyone equally. A son shouldn't take on his father's business by virtue of being his son, but because he is able and a competent worker. Likewise, just because someone has picked a fight with you, don't write them off for good. The event isn't the person. That's exactly what Lord Krishna said. Treat everyone with the same length of impartiality. Don't give in to stress. Rid yourself of excessive worry. Don't take on more than you can cope with and add enough time to your day to help you de-stress. Me personally, I take a walk when I come back from work. It helps me de-stress. I look at the kids playing in the garden. I look at flowers blooming, and it helps me calm my nerves. Be ready for change. Here's a story. When I was in school, we would rearrange the way we sat in class. We'd move the tables, we'd sit in a new place. This kept us alert and also helped us make more friends. Similarly, if you get stuck in one way of thinking, you're unlikely to come up with good solutions. Be open to new views of learning and doing things. Stir yourself up. Change direction. Give yourself a new challenge. Act with conviction. Setting out to do anything is an action, but being ready for it is faith. Before you undertake any action, think about how strongly you believe in it. There's a common story about a village where people were praying for a much-awaited rain. Amid all those people, there was just one small boy who carried an umbrella. That kid, he defined faith. He had faith that the prayer will be answered. Set high standards. Set your own standards of excellence. Benchmark your own success and then create your highs. The greatest achievers have kept pushing themselves for gaining greater levels of mastery. They compete with themselves and continue learning in all areas of their lives. They meet with success and failure, but still keep growing. And their journeys continue to inspire us and give life to our lives. Remember, your competition is with you and with nobody else. In conclusion, I would like to say that it is always better to live your own destiny imperfectly rather than to live an imitation of someone else's life with perfection. Thank you.